Well, welcome everyone to Love vs. Hate. My name is Anne, and I'm your old-fashioned nerd.
And I'm Emily, your mainstream millennial. What? Are you laughing because of my hands?
No, I'm laughing because Emily and I are having to share the same mic today, and I'm just finding it funny because we don't usually sit this close.
Yeah, we're having a day, okay? It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's been a day. A good day, but a long day.
Yes. So,
I didn't even finish the intro.
Yeah,
This where
is
we
weird.
at?
I don't know how to continue.
I said hello. You said you're the mainstream. Oh, and on this podcast, Emily and I like to debate and argue about all the things in life that we love and hate.
And normally we don't agree, but we always try to find some common ground.
And today we're literally doing that because, like I said, we're like inches away from each other.
Our common ground is this microphone.
Yes. But yeah, Emily, what are we talking about today?
So I had the brilliant idea, because all of my ideas are brilliant, to talk about bachelorette parties, because I'm going to one this weekend.
Yeah, and I actually am planning one for this summer, so it's kind of a relevant thing.
The pressure is on, and
I know. Luckily, okay, so this is the thing. My friend who the bachelorette party is for, it's a COVID wedding still, because, you know, COVID is still kind of a thing. And so it's going to be very small. And it might only be her, me, and her mom.
Love it.
I know, right? Like, normally you probably wouldn't think of having your mom on a bachelorette party, but, like, it was funny. I actually was the one who proposed the idea because I'm like, I think we should invite your mom. Because her mom's a wonderful person and she would be the life of the party. So it'd be fun. But anyway.
Yeah. And I've actually only been to one bachelorette party so far in my life, and it was mine. So I don't really have the experience of being like the guest or the bachelorette.
No, you're the bachelorette. No, wait.
No.
The bridesmaid?
The bridesmaid. Oh my gosh, you guys. As we said, it's been a day. My brain is a little okay, I'm always like this.
Yeah, 90% of the time.
But yeah, I mean, from my experience, I've had a lot of fun at bachelorette parties, and I'm excited for this one this weekend. I just feel like it's a great way to just like hang out with the girls, have some fun, listen to some fun music, do some dancing, being silly, playing games.
Yeah, and sometimes doing some, you know, saucy activities.
But yeah, I just think it's really fun, and we're going to talk about some of the things that we love and hate about bachelorette parties.
Yes, and I have been to a few, and I would say one of my favorite loves is kind of what Emily spoke on earlier. Like, it's so fun to just get the girls together and have a girls' weekend.
Yes. I am a little nervous, I must say, about this weekend because there's some girls that I don't really know, and I'm like, How is this going to go? Like, are we all going to get along? Like, I'm going to get along with everyone. I know that because I just try to get along. It's my 9 coming out of me. The Enneagram 9, the peacemaker, you know, you got to make peace with everybody.
Yes.
But, you know, sometimes there's personalities that just like are like, no, we don't get along together. But, you know, you got to get along for the sake of the bride.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what makes bachelorette parties so fun because everybody just agrees. There's like this non-verbal agreement by the entire party that we are going to be friends, we are going to have a great time, and there's going to be no fuss because this is for the bride who we all love. And so everybody just gets along super well. It's really fun.
Yeah, and one of my favorite parts is actually playing games and like making up games for the bride.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the what would the bride do? What would the groom do? Or what would they say? Or how did they meet? Me and my friends made a game for this weekend, and it's Family Feud, but it's Bachelor edition.
Bachelor?
Like the grooms. The groom and the groomsman edition.
Yeah.
So we asked them a bunch of questions, and they sent us our answers, and we made all the Family Feud boards and everything. So I'm pretty excited about it, even though I'm not very good at Family Feud. Like, if people ask me rules, I'm like, I don't know. We're just doing it my way, okay? I don't know the official rules, but I'm going to put on my best Steve Harvey impression.
Ooh, can you do it for our listeners? Do it for our listeners.
No, I can't. I can't embarrass myself like that.
I know. I don't think I could do a very good Steve Harvey either. All I can think of is when he's like, nah-nee.
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah.
And also, you have to, like, be able to see someone to do his Steve Harvey impression because of his, like, smile and his energy. I feel like that's half of Steve Harvey.
Just his reactions.
The visuals.
Yeah. What is your favorite party game or least favorite party game?
It's a good question. I feel like there's not like the bachelorette parties that I've been to have been, I don't want to say like nerdy, but
I thought you were going to be boring.
no. Very fun. But they tend to be like more like board game style-esque and that kind of thing. They're not necessarily like typical bachelorette party games that I've played. So I have a feeling I wouldn't really love those though. I did play, okay, so this is the thing. I did have one bachelorette party for my friend where we mostly just played games. Like we literally were playing like Mario Kart and stuff. But one of the bridesmaids was like insistent that we do something a little bit more saucy, as that's the term I'm using for this episode. We're keeping it PG-13, people. And I could just tell it was like making the bride uncomfortable, and that made me uncomfortable, and that made me mad because I'm like, this is for her and it's making her uncomfortable, so we need to just stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say my friend at my bachelorette party, she made Jeopardy, and it was like a whole, you know those boards that have like the it's like a super big board and then it folds out that you would use for like your school project in high school or whatever.
The science
like
fair.
Your tri board or whatever it's called. She got one of those things and she like went all out and she made a Jeopardy board and she talked to Alex and she was like, yo, answer these questions. We're playing Jeopardy, and it was amazing. I'll post a photo of the board and like us playing because it was so
want to
cool.
see.
Yeah, I still have the board. So shout out to you, Mackenzie. You the real MVP.
That's the thing. If you can make it like personalized and fun like that, that's super memorable. So I like that you're doing Family Feud. That's good.
Yeah. We also made, for this weekend, we made a drink if game.
Ooh.
So yeah, we have like a ton of cards that's like, drink if you have brown hair, drink if you went to college with the bride, drink if like all these different scenarios. But then we also did like just actions, so like drink water or like take a selfie with the bride or like all these different things to make it more fun. So yeah, we're probably gonna get a little drunk.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Just
that's
part of the bachelorette experience.
That's part of life, you know. You occasionally have fun doing that as long as it's safe.
Yeah,
safety first, everybody.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about going out versus staying in.
Staying in 100%.
I concur.
Thank you.
I love having a game night at home.
Yes.
Playing music, like just being yourselves and just like hanging out, getting in comfy clothes.
And you don't have to worry about a DD. Like everybody can just have a good time. You can all sleep there that night. It's like a sleepover. It's like a slumber party.
It's amazing.
It's so good. And like when you're out, there's like this different pressure and like you feel like you have to be on, or like if you're not having a good time, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so much different.
Yeah, it's like when you go out and you see like this group of bridesmaids and the bride, and it's like obviously a bachelorette party, and you're like, oh, these girls, oh, great. And like if they're not like, wah! Then you're like, what are they doing? What are they doing? Like, they're not living up to their full potential. And that would just not be me.
That wouldn't be me either. No, I'm 100% on the same page with you. And I know other people like are all about the social life and going out. And kudos to you. That's totally fine. That's just not us.
Yeah. I would much rather stay on the couch making TikToks horribly. And, we played this game. I can't remember what it's called, but you would suck at it, Anne.
Ooh.
It's basically like a celebrity guessing game. Like you look at photos and you have to tell it who the celebrity is.
I would fail.
And you have to do it within like a timer.
Unless it was nerd celebrities.
Nope. I mean, there may be a couple because I'm like, who the heck are these people? And then it might be
Mark
nerd
Hamill,
people.
Steven Spielberg.
No.
John Hodgman.
Yeah, I think no. Actually, I have no idea.
I was gonna say, do you even know who that is?
Well, afterwards, it tells you what you got wrong, and you can click on them to see who they are.
Okay. The Rock. That one's not a nerd.
Yeah.
That's just, I was trying to show people that I could get that one.
He's
okay, I figured.
What's his first name?
Don't tell me I know this. Dwayne Johnson.
Yes. Okay.
I had to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've talked about stuff that we love, totally staying in, hate going, well, I wouldn't say hate going out. It just would not be me.
Yeah.
If I had to for the bride, 100%, I will do whatever you want. But if it was me, I'd want to stay in. Okay, but what about things that we hate?
I mean, I've never been to a bachelorette party that has like a bunch of like saucy things, if you know what I mean. Like cakes or straws or anything, like games. So I don't really know if I would hate it, but I feel like I would just be like, can we just like do something else?
Yeah. Yeah, I will say, so one party that I went to, we made a cake, and there was a part that, we did the cake thing, people. You all know what we're talking about. And yeah, it was kind of weird. It was fun in that I was actually super impressed. One of my friends, like, who made it, it was legit. It was a legit cake, and I was very impressed with like her talent. And like a part of me was like, okay, this is funny and fun, but it was also kind of like weird. And the bride, like, it didn't really fit the bride's personality super well. Like, because this was our thing. We knew the bride, and she was very like, this saucy was not her thing, but we're like, you have to do one saucy thing. So we're like, if we're gonna do one saucy thing, what's it gonna be? And we were like, it's gonna be the cake. And we were like, okay. So we did like the one saucy thing. And that I was okay. Like, if it were me, I would be okay with that. Because if, like, it's a bachelorette party. Like, if you have one saucy thing, I'm okay with that. If it's something just like, a cake or whatever, I'm like, okay, funny, we're moving on. But I don't know. It definitely was not like, I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
And it is a little, I wouldn't say I like hated it, but it was also like, it's not really like a requirement by any means.
I feel like we didn't have really anything like saucy at my party. We had, like, there's a saucy category in Jeopardy, but other than that, like, the only thing that was like crazy that I was not expecting was my friend got like fake tattoos. Like, you know how all the brides have like their fake tattoos that are like teen bride or whatever. She got tattoos of Alex's face, and we all put them on our arm. It was so funny.
That is funny.
And then she got me a pair of underwear that had Alex's face on it. And I was like, oh my gosh. For the record, I have never worn them.
I was going to ask, as I'm sure all of our listeners were too. Okay, so for anyone out there who's planning a bachelorette party, here you go. Listen to this section. We'll give you some tips, some advice, some life lessons, some do's, some don'ts. And even if you're a bachelor, this could also apply, I feel like, to bachelor parties. Potentially a little bit,
I don't
maybe.
know. I've heard that like bachelorette parties are like, here's our itinerary. We're waking up at this time. We're eating this and that and this is what you're gonna drink, and then we're all gonna go to the bathroom together, and then we're going here, then there, then there, then there, and then we're coming home and we're hanging out. And then at the bachelor party, it's like, we're going here for the weekend. That's everything that I've planned. I don't know what we're eating.
I was just gonna say,
don't know where
food.
We're going. I just know that we're gonna be drinking a lot. That's it.
That sounds actually pretty accurate. Either way, if you want to have a planned bachelor party, here's some ideas for you.
Okay. So, Anne, what is your favorite activity to do, like, outside of like hanging out at like the house or wherever you guys are staying?
I highly, highly, highly recommend like a comedy show or some kind of like, or an improv show or something that gets you laughing, because that's always super fun. So, or even just like if there's maybe a podcaster like in town or something where like, or a comedy stand-up, something like that kind of show I think is really fun, where it's a bit more engaging and you can kind of like laugh and you can be loud. Because if you go to like a Broadway show, like that's awesome too. I'm not docking that by any means, but like you sit, you watch, and then you leave. Whereas like with comedy and stuff, you get to have a little bit more fun. Mm-hmm. What about you, Emily? So I gave what I would do kind of going out. What about you?
Yeah, I think that a comedy club is a really good idea. I would just warn you, if you are wearing like a veil or like a sash,
oh yeah,
you will be called out. You will be called out. So fair warning.
Good insight. Yes.
I don't know. I mean, that's just, I've never been called out because, anyways.
No, you will.
But you will be called out. But I think like wineries are always a popular choice. I went to a winery. It was really, really windy, and my friend almost got impaled by a umbrella. It literally flew up out of the table and went woo towards her, and some guy saved her life.
That's amazing.
Yeah, sorry if you couldn't really hear that. I got really excited and I was like 5 feet away from the mic. But yeah, luckily she is alive and she is well.
Good.
Thank you, sir, for saving my friend's life from the umbrella. I thought we were going to have an Olaf impalement moment.
Oh, that would have been bad.
So, yeah. Wineries are always fun. A good way to get out. Just make sure you have a DD.
Yeah, no, I definitely like that idea. And I like the idea of like a winery over a brewery just because, you know, it's a little more feminine.
Yes.
And, you know, it's the ladies' weekend.
And I'm allergic to beer.
What?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a fact that I'm allergic. It's just a thing that I tell people because I think I am allergic to beer. Even if I take a sip of beer, I will throw up.
Oh.
So I just tell people that, you know, I'm allergic to beer. Don't ask me to drink that. Don't even bring it near me.
What about what about hard cider, like Angry Orchards and stuff?
Sorry,
that's a brand.
I don't really like love them, but I will drink them and I do not get sick.
Oh, okay. Well.
It's just beer. I'm allergic, okay? Leave me alone.
I'm leaving you alone. Hey, I don't like beer. I don't say I'm allergic, but I just don't like it.
Okay. Next question. What is your go-to gift for a bride?
That's good. See, for me, I like to get something that's like personal. Mm-hmm. So for one of my friends, I got her a photo album and I put a bunch of photos from like our our college, like time together. Ooh, this is a good one. And for every time I've been a bridesmaid, I take that back. 2 times when I've been a bridesmaid, I actually put together an emergency kit for the bride. So it was for the wedding day. So it had things like thread and like, you know, needles, like, you know, in case something,
Yeah, it happens. It happened at my wedding. And apparently I had a needle in my dress that they took out. I didn't know it was there. And they were like, oh, Emily, I see a needle. Can I take that and use it? Thanks. I was like, what?
Yeah, so needle and thread, very important. It's got things just like Band-Aids. Like it's literally got everything you can possibly need. It's got like tissues and it had like, I also included like lip gloss and like little like just fun things too. But it was just like the ultimate emergency kit. Like anything that could go wrong, there is a kit for it.
Got you covered.
And they both really, and I decorated them. Like I bought like just like plain like plastic, but then I put like pictures on them and I like decorated them super cute and had like emergency kit on it and it was super fun and they both loved it. So that's a good
idea.
Yeah. So that's like a good like kind of, I like to make like a memento, you know, I don't want to just get them like a gift necessarily, but like make a memento type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those really like stick in your mind as like, oh, remember the bachelorette party? Yeah, everyone got me a gift, but I only remember Anne's because it was actually like meaningful. Everyone else's was just like, ouch. Whatever. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't know if that's true.
Maybe.
But mine would be, I also like the idea of doing something personal and like, I'm a huge fan of photos and videos because I like take them all the time of my friends. They actually get really annoyed that I do it, but it's fine because I have the memories, guys. I have the memories.
And we all know how good Emily's memory bank
is how I remember
is.
Things.
Yes.
So yeah, doing something like that. And then I also think like a practical gift, like a emergency bag or whatever. But this weekend I'm getting my friend. So my friend is like obsessed with TikTok and she like always wants to do TikToks whenever we're together. But she doesn't have like a stand to put her phone on. And so she's always leaning it up against stuff and it always falls. So I got her a TikTok phone stand tripod.
That's amazing.
And I was like, you know what? This is kind of a random gift to give at a bachelorette party. But you know what? She is going to appreciate it.
That I love. When you get something for somebody that they like, you know, in passing, like maybe they don't even know they need it, but you know they need it. Or if they say like in passing, like, oh, I've always really wanted that thing. Oh, well. And then they move on with their lives. Like if you pick up on that little stuff,
yes,
love.
Yes.
Okay. What about some advice for food?
Okay. My advice is I love like getting snacky foods because like you just want to snack all the time, I feel like.
Yeah, girls gonna get hungry.
So like a charcuterie board is a great idea.
Yes.
Just like having snacks and also for drinks, margaritas are the bomb. Great choices. Make sure that you have ice. Oh, also like It's a cute little thing getting the ring pops because it's like aesthetic. You know, it matches like the Bachelorette theme. You can all get your ring pops on and take cute photos, or you can just like eat them. It's fine, whatever you want to do. What about you?
No, I definitely agree with the charcuterie because you want to like. I feel like there's kind of two ways you can go about it. It can either be, well, I mean, there's a million ways you could do it. Who am I kidding? But in my mind, there's kind of like the classy, which is like more charcuterie board, like snacky kind of thing, wines. But then there's also like the more like cheek, and it's like just like tons of like pigging out food, like tons of like candy, tons of like pop, and just like, I don't know.
What'd you just say?
Pop?
Whatever. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I didn't know that she calls soda pop. Wow.
Sue
wow.
me.
Wow. Okay. Continue. I just can't believe that. Okay.
So it kind of depends on what the bride likes. For me, if it was me, 100% would want to go the charcuterie route. I love a good charcuterie board. So good. And I love just like snacking on things and wines and ciders. And yeah, that would be super delish.
Okay. Now let's talk about your must-haves for inside the house or like photo opportunities.
Ooh, so good. Yes. That's really good. Must-haves. So I definitely like having, it doesn't have to be a lot, but having something is fun. Like when my friend and I, it was so fun actually. So for my friend's wedding, we had to do the bachelorette party like literally the Thursday before because that's when everybody, got together. Like that, sometimes happens. So like we arrived like Thursday morning and just spent the day like shopping for all the stuff. And it was actually super fun. We had a great time. Yeah. Because you want like a little something. So must-haves for me is just like some kind of something you can hang, whether it's like we ended up getting like those Chinese lantern type kind of things, or whether it's like some I don't even know what it's called. What's those strings that's like papery?
Paper mache.
No.
Machete. No. I told you guys, my brain isn't working. I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it has a name.
Crepe paper.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not what I'm thinking, but
oh, okay, never mind.
It's fine. But the stringy paper that you like twist and then you just tape it.
Crepe paper.
Okay. Maybe my brain can't register that that's a word, but it's fine. Whether it's it was there. Dana, it's gone. Streamers. That's the word I was thinking of. Streamers.
That's the same word. That's the same thing as crepe paper.
Oh. Okay, all the listeners are like, yeah, duh, streamers. We were thinking that the entire time. Anyway, or balloons, like anything like that, like having something hang. Yeah. Is kind of, I think, just fun. So that's one. And then I feel like you need to have something that's got Bachelorette somewhere on it, whether it's on a cake or on the plate or like, I don't think it has to be everywhere, but it is fun. Or maybe that's something that's hanging. Like it is fun to have like the bride or, the
yeah, they have so many decorations that you can get for Bachelorette parties that like the streamers or like they even have like big
she just said streamers, everybody.
Whatever. Big blow up balloons that are like a champagne bottle because you're like pop the champagne, you're changing your last name, or like just a ring, or anything. They've just got so many things for you to choose from. It's crazy. Yeah, that's my thing too. The photo ops, I really liked the balloons, the big balloons that are like in the shapes of different things, but not those saucy things, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I think don't, set a budget. It's totally fine. You do not have to go all out by any means, but having one or two little things is fun. And if you can have, like, I do agree, like, setting up some kind of photo booth and having, like, a photo op is super fun. So definitely recommend that. And then also, too, it's just good for memories. Like you were saying, like, for scrapbooking, if you have a Polaroid camera, definitely bring that along. Super fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Or what's the disposable cameras?
Yes, except for, oh my gosh, I was really disappointed when I got some of my disposable camera photos back because like some of them were all dark and I'm like, what even was this? Where was this taken? So just a fair warning, like sometimes you just gotta give it away,
You gotta let it go.
Let it go. Some of them won't turn out and it's okay. It's not okay, but it's okay. Okay, my last question is stay nearby or travel somewhere?
Ooh. Again, depends on the bride. Honestly, this might be contrary to what you might think, but I kind of like traveling somewhere because one of the bridesmaids had like a family friend who owned a cherry orchard in this beautiful part of Wisconsin, and the state that we're from. And he was totally cool with us just like using it for the weekend. Like we didn't have to rent it or anything.
That's awesome.
And it was peak cherry season. So we had a whole like cabin to ourselves in the middle of a cherry orchard in this beautiful part of the state. It was so fun because it was a new place for all of us. So we like got to explore the town a little bit, and we went to like, they had like a music festival thing going on. So we went to that and it was super fun. And we literally like got to walk in a cherry orchard and we were eating cherries like the entire weekend. And it was super fun.
Yeah, that's where my bachelorette party was too, in the same place. So it was really cool. It wasn't like too far away, like we didn't have to fly anywhere, but it was like a 4-hour drive. So that was fun just to get away for the weekend.
Yeah, I definitely recommend getting away if you can, but then staying in once you're away.
Yeah.
Getting an Airbnb and just staying there.
Yes, I totally recommend Airbnbs, like instead of hotels.
100%.
Yeah, then you don't have to worry about being quiet during the night.
And you can like have a whole kitchen and like you have so much more space. I am exactly on the same page there.
Awesome. Anything else, Anne?
Yeah, no, Airbnb, charcuterie boards, some decoration. Yeah, I feel like we covered a lot of it.
I know. Let us know if we missed anything. You can let us know on our Instagram or our Facebook or our YouTube if you really want.
Yeah, or you can also email us at loveversushatepodcast@gmail.com. And we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's I hope you know, I feel like this is kind of more of a millennial thing, not necessarily a nerd thing, although I will say this is important. That's why I had to clear my throat. I am 100% down for a D&D themed bachelorette party, and I have heard of them being done before, and I've heard that they are freaking amazing. So for all the nerds out there, that is an idea, and I think it could be very fun.
Ooh. That's all I have to say.
But yeah, hopefully we gave you guys some good tips if you are planning a bachelorette party in the near future.
Yes, and if you're going to one, or if you're the bride, just like relax, have a good time. Like, oh my gosh, they're just so fun. I can't wait to go to the one that I'm going to this weekend.
Yeah, so do we want to end with a life lesson?
Sure. My life lesson is just to have fun, and like if you're going as a bridesmaid or a friend of the bride, just remember that it's the bride's weekend. Like do whatever you can to make it about her and doing the things that she wants and making great memories with her and for her.
Yes, I definitely agree. And I would say for my life lesson, you know, it's okay if it's not perfect. You're like, the whole weekend is to have fun and to just enjoy each other's company. You don't have to have all of the fancy trimmings. You don't have to have the perfect show to go to. Like, you're there to have fun with your friends. So just enjoy the moment and take pictures.
Yes.